Welcome to The Hypnotist, the show that gives you inside access to cutting-edge hypnosis with real clients facing genuine issues. Brought to you by the hypnotherapist demanded by celebrities, CEOs, and even royalty, Adam Cox. These recordings took place live from Adam's clinic in London's world-famous Harley Street. This podcast features powerful hypnosis, so do not listen while driving or operating machinery. This recording is not suitable for those with epilepsy or severe mental health issues. So, get yourself comfortable and enjoy today's episode of The Hypnotist.
Hi, it's Adam here, and in today's episode of The Hypnotist, you're going to be listening to a hypnosis session that is there to promote and facilitate recuperation. And recuperation, I think, is an undervalued tool and ingredient to well-being. And what I define recuperation is having a specific space, place, or time just to focus on either healing or restoring energy levels and vitality. So this was created for a client that had in the past had a very serious period of ill health and more recently had moved home, two very big life stressors. And because of that, they used the phrase that they were exhausted many, many times in the actual conversation. The bit that you hear on the podcast is the final 20 minutes or so of a session. You don't hear all the conversations that take place before then, which are diagnostic in nature, where I elicit all the information that then goes into the hypnosis session, and because that's confidential. And that is the key word of exhaustion came up again and again and again. Physical exhaustion, mental exhaustion, emotional exhaustion. So it became useful to really have a vehicle to talk about recuperation and to have direct suggestions to promote recuperation. And sometimes all you need is time and space just to relax, really let go of kind of the stress and the challenges and feel like, you know, the storm has finished and now it's the calm after the storm. So there's that element of recuperation, but also an element of anger. And this particular client had a very, very challenging childhood that would lead them every now and then, even though their nature was to be very kind, compassionate, and caring, they would have bursts of anger every now and then. And anger can be a good thing if it protects, let's say, your own rights. There are people that try and take advantage of other people. So anger can be functional as a safety mechanism. If you think of an animal in the animal kingdom that gets aggressive, that anger is normally to protect either their life or the life of their offspring. So anger can have a very useful function. And it can also have the function of being a catalyst for motivation. Anger can be an absolute gift. If you get angry about an injustice, it can lead to a desire to change the world. That's where humanitarians come from. That's where heroes come from. They see an injustice or they experience an injustice, but they harness the anger positively. And that's really what the rest of this session is about. So if you feel that you could recuperate in some level, and you might think, well, I'm fit and healthy. There may be, you can recuperate in terms of making up for some sleep deficit, or it might be that there is certain things that are happening, injuries that you've, lead to chronic pain that you've completely forgotten about. So utilize the suggestions that you're recuperating, even if you don't know what needs recuperating. And also that every person experiences anger every now and then, but if you can either release the anger or harness the anger, then actually it can be an ally rather than an enemy. If you feel like you would benefit from a more bespoke hypnosis session, there will be a link in the show notes or on my website, adamcox.co.uk, where you can schedule a completely free consultation call to explore working with me. For now, though, find a quiet, comfortable place where you won't be disturbed, relax, and enjoy the session. Take a deep breath in. As you breathe in a resourceful feeling of calm and relaxation. And as you exhale, just allow any feelings of stress, worry, or tension to feel like it's leaving your body in your outward breath. So breathing in that feeling of calm, tranquility, resourceful relaxation, and then breathe out any feelings of stress, any feelings of exhaustion. Just feel like that is leaving your body. And I want you to create an image in your mind of a color that would represent energy and vitality. As you breathe in that color, I want you to imagine that this color of energy and vitality is recharging your batteries. Recharging your batteries at a physical level. Every cell in your body charging up with a feeling of health, vitality, and energy. But also as you breathe in, imagine that your emotional batteries are charging also, giving you what you need. And then as you exhale, releasing any unresourceful emotions, tiredness leaving your body, stress, frustration leaving your body. And as you breathe in resources, the exact resources that you need right now. Health, energy, vitality, a sense of conviction, determination, dedication. Breathe in those resources and exhale the unresourceful states, enabling you to feel deeper and deeper relaxed. Consider this energetic relaxation, not tiredness, yet feeling so relaxed. And I want you to use the power of your imagination to imagine you are drifting off into the future technology of a recuperation chamber. Imagine perhaps 20, 50, 100 years in the future. Within the space of 10, 15, 20 minutes, your body could be fully recuperated using nanotechnology, a process of genomics to repair cells, tissue, organs, even neural pathways in your brain. Feel that you are there in that recuperation chamber. So as you breathe in and breathe out, each and every breath is breathing in oxygen and air designed to facilitate rapid recuperation. But this recuperation chamber does something more. It harnesses all emotions. Even something like hate can drive certain individuals forward. Anger can be fuel. Then just imagine there in that recuperation chamber is a comfortable, relaxing chair. Place yourself in that chair. As I count down from 5 to 1, I want you to imagine drifting off into a nap inside the recuperation chamber. 5, just releasing any tension around the forehead and eyes. 4, releasing any tension around the jaw, neck and shoulders. 3, arms just feel limp, loose and heavy. 2, just imagine all of your internal organs releasing any tension at exactly the same time. And then 1, feel that your legs, like your arms, limp, loose and heavy, feeling so relaxed in that recuperation chamber. Feeling cellular batteries are being recharged. And as you breathe in, feel a deep connection with the calm energy of the earth and the universe, connecting with your soul, recharging your body and mind with each breath you take. As you exhale, give permission to let go of any anger or frustration, imagining it flowing out of you like water leaving a tap, leaving you peaceful and clear. No longer on high alert. Feel the alert settings going all the way down. And remind yourself that you only need to be vigilant when necessary, allowing yourself to relax and lower your guard in safety. And in those moments when you do feel anger, acknowledge that you can channel it constructively, transforming it into a powerful force for positive action in your life. In fact, remember a time when you were angry. Notice where you feel it in your body and shift it to a new location, maybe from the arms and the fists, right there, into the engine of your body, your heart and your lungs. If you can put it to use, focus it into the heart, being an engine to convert it into energy and action. And if it can't be utilized, shift it into your lungs and feel that the anger is leaving your body in your outward breath. See yourself as a hero in your own story, where each challenge you overcome recharges your spirit and strengthens your resolve. You're allowed to be angry if you need to. You're allowed to feel any emotion. Acknowledge and accept your anger as a natural and useful emotion, knowing that it's safe and temporary, because you will either harness the anger or release the anger. The only thing you will no longer do is to dwell on the anger. And whenever you recognize anger, particularly the anger that can't be utilized, take a long, slow breath out, letting the anger leave your body completely and swiftly. As you maintain a hope and just know that your inner hero is continuously moving forward on a very important quest. And maybe that quest needs the occasional bit of anger to give you fuel for your mission. Feel yourself becoming more valuable and wise. And maybe you can find things about the world that you disagree with to be useful anger, more fuel for your humanitarian mission, driving you forward like a steam engine on the tracks to make positive changes. Imagine each breath in recharging your batteries, infusing you with fresh energy and vitality as you feel that this recuperation chamber is really starting to take hold, to be impactful. Notice the changes already taking place in your body. You can transform feelings of overwhelm into opportunities for growth, turning them into stepping stones on your hero's path. One quick cure for anger is to practice being present in the moment. You'll notice that it naturally dissipates unproductive emotions and refreshes your mind. And to be present in the moment just means utilizing your senses for what is real. Real sounds, smells, sights, sensations. Learn to balance vigilance with relaxation. Think of your heroes, realizing that they could keep themselves alert when necessary, but also giving themselves permission to fully relax as you notice those qualities in you. And draw inspiration from the heroes of stories and myths, seeing your journey as part of a grand narrative of overcoming perhaps a difficult childhood, thriving, and then leaving a wonderful legacy. Whenever you choose to, you can use controlled exhales to physically release tension and emotional buildup, feeling lighter and more at ease with each breath. At night, let your sleep be a time of deep healing and recharging. From this point forward, sleep will be your recuperation chamber, giving you everything that your body and emotions need to prepare you for the days ahead. Because you can make decisions from a place of strength and calm, not from fleeting emotions. And you'll notice that it enhances your sense of control and empowerment. Anger should be used in rare cases, in those times we can have maximum impact. And at the end of each day, notice that when you reflect on what went well, focusing on the positive, you'll find yourself recharging your spirit with gratitude and hope, enabling you to have even more restorative, regenerative, recuperating sleep. Breathe in and breathe out and feel that the recuperation chamber is coming to the end of its cycle. As you leave the chamber, feel that so much of your physical, mental, and emotional batteries are charged, if not 100%, then close to it. Feel that you can return to the present with a new perspective on anger and new tools to ensure that you have sufficient fuel for your quest. Take a deep breath in through your nose and out through your nose. Wiggle your fingers, wiggle your toes, connect fully with the present moment. As I now count from 1 to 10 to awaken you, you will awaken feeling resourceful, recharged, with a new sense of perspective and wisdom, starting to count. 1, 2, 3, waking up. 4, 5, 6, more alert. 7, 8, open your eyes, open your eyes. 9, 10, wide awake, wide awake, wide awake.
Thank you for listening to The Hypnotist with Adam Cox, the show that gives you inside access to cutting-edge hypnosis with real clients facing genuine issues. To automatically receive the latest episodes, please subscribe. If you'd like to support the show, please share this episode with just one friend you think it could help. And if this episode helped you, please leave us a 5-star review.